Hi everyone, Dan Harley here. It is April 9th, 2020. This is a kind of less formal vlog episode here. I just want to kind of do a general catch up of everything in my world and, try to reach out to folks that might need help out there. So as for me, family's doing well. We're safe. We're pretty well stocked with food. Just need some perishables like milk and bread, stuff like that. And that's basically what we've been doing with, we minimize travel down to just barely doing that. And some medical needs too. So, my wife's chickens started laying just before the lockdown. So we're very fortunate that we have, we got that going. So we're good we realized that, eggs are basically blown off the shelves at the supermarket. So we're good on that. It's also the strange weed that grows in our backyard that happens to be a delicacy in Asia. So we've been literally eating off the land over here. So that's working out well too. And also, Danny has started doing remote distance learning on Monday, my son. And it's a basic online school. And I'm really impressed with how fast the AVUS, the Apple Unified School District, were able to get online with this. Danny and his classmates basically missed about maybe 2 weeks of school. They fortunately had spring break in the middle there too. So, and I know they received a lot of outside help. And so I'm going to reach out to anybody at the school district. If you need any help, I'm here. So, anyway, business wise, even before the lockdown, I started helping my clients and then others to transition into, remote work because I seen it coming and, it just happened. It just, it was pretty much happened. So, I never did charge for any of this. I just try to get people. I knew it was going to be hit hard, and I knew folks needed to try to keep working. So it was something that I just do. Those of you know me, first thing I do is try to help people. So anyway, and the common thing I do as a programmer is if I would do something 3 times or so or more, I create a subroutine out of it and save it so I can do it over again. So I basically did that. I created an episode of Tech Talk to kind of cover that. And I basically pass that out to whoever needs it or whoever clicks onto it. And they are able to basically get themselves to start working remotely for low cost, no cost. So that worked out pretty well. I've also, been observing what's been happening out there. I attended numerous webinars and online meetings and about COVID-19, IT-related stuff, internet marketing related stuff, and financial related stuff. I've been on at least 3 small business SBA web conferences on small business assistance. And I learned as much as I could about the EIDP program and the PPP programs. Unfortunately for me, I'm not sure I'm going to qualify, but I did talk to my banker, and we'll see what happens. Those of you out there looking for this type of help, I know I'll talk to you a lot of out there too. The best thing you do right now is contact your banker and see what's available. Even if you don't think you need help now, it's best to be in the queue because some of these banks are already are pretty fussy to work with. I won't mention which ones, some of the bigger ones. So it's best to be in the queue as quick as possible in case you do need help. So I'm fortunate. I've been with my bank for a very long time. I know the folks at the branch personally, and hopefully that there'll be some help. I don't know. I'll let you know. Also, I had, from personal experience, I found out HIPAA compliance has been relaxed. And I was able to, and how I knew about that is my mom had a specialist appointment, and I was able to avert several trips for her, which, we were trying to going between her primary care physician and the specialist in the hospital, gathering the information, going back and forth. I just found out that HIPAA was relaxed. So I was able to contact all involved. Says, you know what, we could email this stuff now without having to go through all the typical approvals. And so I was able to get stuff back and forth to the people that needed to have it within about 15 minutes, which is less than what it would take to drive to one of these facilities. and literally saved 3 or 4 trips easily with my mom running around. So it worked out very, very well. I can see how this is going to be the future of, it should have been already, but it's definitely going to be the future of medical care. And in fact, I was looking, another issue, I had to go to urgent care myself, and for a minor issue, and I was looking forward to using telecare, basically using my phone and do video chat to the local urgent care, but unfortunately they weren't quite set up for that yet, so I had to physically go over there. So I did set up appointments ahead of time, make sure I was in and out, and I was really impressed with the staff at St. Mary Urgent Care. I was in and out within 20 minutes, and that's including getting checked in for screening for COVID-19 infections. I had very little contact with everybody, and I was in and out 20 minutes, and I was home, in time for lunch, basically. So, and, I had been, I think we're going to see this as being the norm pretty soon here. The telemedicine, stuff like that. We're going to see a lot more usage of it. I think, from my perspective, my opinion here, I think the regulations are going to be a bit more relaxed. Obviously, going to be some common sense stuff, but a lot of bureaucracy is going to be cut out so this can be more available. There is definitely a problem with obtaining good quality healthcare, period. With the ability to do telehealth care, I think this is going to be huge for our country and for, frankly, people around the world. You can literally see a doctor from anywhere, everywhere. Now, this technology's been around, but haven't really been used a lot because of all the regulations involved and the fines and stuff like that. So this is something I think after the smoke clears that people are really going to look at the powers of being really look at and say, hey, you know what? We really need this for this to happen. And hopefully, things will be more streamlined after all said and done here. So anyway, more things, back to technical business related stuff. Some things I kind of expect to be happening, and really it comes down to scammers and stuff like that. There had been lots and lots of fake stay-at-home job offers, lots of fake fundraisers, lots of fake petitions. I mean, too many to count. I've already accepted someone trying to scam a friend of mine, and it's getting really bad, especially on Facebook Messenger. Every time you turn around, I'm constantly getting messages from people sending whatever. Lots of scams, lots of affected messages, and it's getting to the point that Messenger is almost useless to me. So those of you who are sending me messages through Facebook Messenger, I'm not responding. It's not because I don't like you, because I don't want to affect my computer. So, anyway, so those of you out there, my perspective here, please be careful with that stuff. Be smart. Don't click on stuff you don't recognize. Because it would suck if you infected your computer and really can't go anywhere to go fix it. For I understand, a lot of the big box stores are not having non-essential folks go home. In my opinion, I'm not sure if you talk about Big Lots there. Their Geek Squad are pretty much non-essential anyway. So, anyway, that said, also, for business commerce, stuff like that, I don't know a single business out there that's not been affected by this. My business personally, I can continue to operate because I'm already online, using remote work environments, stuff like that. But my revenue is significantly impacted. And here's something about this, what we're at right now, the lockdown. It really cuts the bullshit. And I now realize my revenue is much more vulnerable than I thought it was. So I frankly concerned, and for good reason usually. But somehow, some way, I get out of it. But it is tough. I'll be upfront about this. Many, if not most, businesses out there are essentially shut down. Especially you cannot work remotely. You're basically frozen until the lockdown is lifted. So there is uh, also, even the essential businesses are affected too, because although folks I talk to are still operating, the business is way off the norm, and so it's not like it was when everybody was out running around. So now some good things are happening here too. Online marketing has gotten really super cheap. My clients are still open, are realizing 2 or 3 times more contacts for the advertising dollars. And I just completed just a raw Facebook ad campaign, not optimized, just kind of threw it out there. I was getting less than 3 cents a click for something that usually gets about 10 cents a click. So we're talking, if you're able to go out there and if you're running right now, if you're able to throw some money advertising, now's the time to do it. And also I plan to cover this more in an upcoming episode. So make sure you follow me and stay tuned to all this stuff. Really my objective right now is just to help small and medium-sized businesses remain open, reopen if they're possible, or change a remote working environment, or help them prepare to launch really big once this lockdown's over. So one thing I'm observing here is restaurants are probably the most visibly impacted, especially many are shutting down, especially the most of their family-owned independent restaurants. The franchise restaurants had always been, if you can see, like the TGI Fridays and the Red Robins and Applebee's, they already have a takeout window, a takeout door built in their facilities. But the smaller, the independent ones usually don't, and they're not really geared up for what these bigger stores are the bigger chains are geared up for. So they never really did set up for takeout delivery, being online, and they're hurting. And so I had posted an episode to help restaurateurs, frankly, get online very fast, gear up very fast, at little no cost, and hopefully reopen. So that's another episode I put together. You can go to my website and find that. And frankly, and this goes back to what I mentioned before, times like this really cuts the bullshit. You're finding many businesses essentially blew off the importance of online presence, and they're hurting right now. And now here's something else too. Now is the time to fix all that. So much of what's going on now is going to be the new norm after the lockdown lifts. My big concern is many of the small businesses are, won't make it through the lockdown if it continues too long. Also many businesses will close shortly after the lockdown lifts because they didn't prepare for this new world that's coming around, and hope things will go back to the way it used to be. And frankly, I don't see it going that way. You see some of these restaurants are able to crawl out from under everything. And the restaurant's a good example. They are able to crawl out from under everything, offer takeout delivery. They're jumping on Facebook, jumping on Instagram, jumping on Twitter, whatever, getting the word out there, still open, and at least they're surviving. Might not be thriving, but at least they're surviving. So that said, I'm working on a bunch of do-it-yourself tutorials to help prepare businesses while in lockdown. Get ready to prepare everything, fix your websites, do all the email marketing, social networking stuff. If you're not doing anything now, now's the time to prep for that. So I'm going to have these tutorials ready in the next few days here. Also, I'm going to start interviewing small and medium-sized business owners. Frankly, most don't have the setup I have right here, like you see right here. And so I'm able to do interviews remotely, and pretty good, look very professional. And in fact, I'm doing an interview later this morning and another one this afternoon. And basically what I'm going to do is do these interviews and post them on YouTube and Facebook and blast it across the internet. Get lots of exposure to these these business owners and these businesses. And I'm doing this for free, and so just to, like I say, my part of it here is just to get businesses back in the game, back in the fight. And in turn, it's going to get their employees back, back working again. And hopefully, somewhere down the line, people remember me at the end of it. So, anyway, like I said, I'm doing this for free. If you want to do this with me, an interview like that, call me and we'll schedule you in. Obviously, I got limited time and space for this, so it's gonna be first come, first serve on this. So now, before I close here, I'm gonna close this out here, but get back to work. Before I leave this, I'll let you know, if you need help with your business or try to keep it running during this lockdown, or the like, get a hold of me. Let's see what I can do to help. Okay. So anyway, good luck out there. Stay safe. We'll talk to you later.